Dogecoin was created as a joke, but became the world's 10th largest cryptocurrency. The price is skyrocketing. It's up more than 1,600% this year. Elon Musk is tweeting about it. So is Snoop Dogg. So is Gene Simmons. And the three of them were memed together, Lion King style, holding the Doge. Elon tweeted that image 2 days ago, and within 24 hours, Dogecoin shot up another 50%. So is putting money in Dogecoin the dumbest idea we've ever had, or is there something more to it? Like it or not, we're living in a meme-driven society. Dogecoin, like anything, is worth whatever people are willing to pay for it. Brand matters. The meme-based Doge brand, could that maybe make it more relatable and approachable? Today on Dumb Money, we are debating Dogecoin. Is investing in it ridiculous or genius? We are Dumb Money.
Three friends who turned $30,000 into $30 million using nothing more than Twitter and a zero commission trading account.
The suits that work on Wall Street, they call those people the smart money. That's not us.
Our goal is to help level the playing field for everyday investors.
We are Dumb Money.
Hey there, Dave here along with Chris and Jordan. We are Dumb Money. Welcome to Dumb Money Live. A quick favor to ask, help us get this video noticed by the almighty YouTube algorithm. It cost exactly 0 Doge to tap that like button, so we ask you do that. Yesterday we talked all about the Elon Musk effect on crypto and Tesla making that $1.5 billion investment in Bitcoin and how that further legitimizes Bitcoin and was a major vote of confidence for digital currency in general. The other day on Clubhouse, we saw Elon talking about the ironic outcome it would be if Dogecoin were to become the currency of the earth. I'm not predicting that will happen, but I am now the proud owner of a very small amount of Dogecoin as of this morning. Chris, Jordan, are you two in on Doge?
I know Jordan's answer. We all know what Jordan's answer is.
Yeah, I bought stocks today. I don't buy random coins. If you did though, great. I hope you bought the dip today because it was down like 20%. Now it's only down 10%. So maybe.
I think I bought during the dip, the great dip. Yep. Let me see where I actually bought, because I basically took the money that was in my Robinhood account, sold all of the 2 stocks that I had in there, and put all $6,000 into Doge.
Okay, so let me just.
So right now I am down. I'm down $71 on my big investment today.
Okay, well, let me just start by saying...
Just put Bob's, that's just a Bob's dinner, Dave. That's not a big deal.
Exactly.
Barely a Bob's dinner. I hope that we can have a constructive conversation about Doge today like we did about Bitcoin yesterday. I really enjoyed our Bitcoin. If you guys haven't seen yesterday's Bitcoin conversation episode, please watch it. It's
a good one.
I felt like we really had a different perspective on Bitcoin that maybe some of y'all haven't really seen yet. Doge. Okay, so this whole Doge thing started with a tweet that I saw from someone on my timeline 3.5 weeks ago that's not like a super big crypto person. It's a fairly balanced perspective on the market, but it's kind of one of these millennial girls, Chelsea with a $sign. Do you know that person on Twitter?
I don't think
so.
I follow her.
I saw this tweet, but I don't know what it was. When I saw it, I said, Dogecoin's going to make a run. If this person is talking about Dogecoin in that way, I think this thing is going to make a run. I think we're going to see the beginnings of a social cycle here. And I went that day and tried to open up an alt crypto account or reopen one of the ones I had 2.5 years ago when we were trading those coins, right, Dave? You remember that?
I can't believe you didn't have a crypto account.
I have Coinbase, but that doesn't. You can't buy Dogecoin in Coinbase. So I didn't have a Robinhood account, as you know. I had no way to do this. So I started the process thinking, how difficult could it be? Here we are, 3 weeks later. I still have not yet opened any of those accounts. They had either issues reading my passport, they never got back to me on the confirmation. I would spend nights, hours at night on a Friday, Saturday night just trying to get one of these accounts open, unsuccessfully because they were crashing. It has been the most frustrating 3 weeks, and in that time, I have watched Doge climb from 1 cent to 8 cents. And I want to be fully transparent. I was fully prepared that day to put in $25,000. into Doge. So I missed out on a couple $100,000 of gains. So I know I'm not going to take credit for something I didn't do, but that's the way I felt at the time. It was the beginning of a social cycle. Did I think the social cycle was going to be that big? Absolutely not. I was thinking it would be enough to pop Dogecoin maybe 2x, who knows. And then Elon got involved, it started getting crazy, right? But here's what I did. I opened up in the midst of the anti-Robinhood movement. I felt so guilty about it, but I had no choice. I can't trade it any other way. So finally, I spoke to Leon in our Discord meeting, and he's like, how do I do this? How do I buy this stupid coin? And he gave me a bunch of options, and the only one that worked, believe it or not, was Robinhood. And so I opened up a Robinhood account just for Dogecoin. I put $25,000 in, and it said your money will clear on February 9th, which is like literally 8 days later. It was ridiculous. And I haven't even looked at the Robinhood account since then. It gave me $1,000.
Today is the 9th.
It gave me $1,000, and I purchased $1,000 of Dogecoin with the $1,000 Robinhood allowed me to invest. But the $25,000, I'm logging in right now. Let's see if the money.
And you're going to put all of that into Dogecoin.
I'm not.
You can't think of a better investment right now.
Dave, this was 3 weeks ago. I wanted to put $25,000 in. The question is, what do I do today? Because the money is in. I just checked. It's actually in my account right now. I have $1,000 of Doge. It's up to like $1,600 or $2,000 or whatever over the past week. What do I do now?
I have zero expertise here, so I am not.
If you listen to Elon or Gene Simmons from Kiss or Snoop Dogg from Snoop Dogg or the Doge himself, he's saying, buy, buy, buy.
All right. Do you remember when I said that Bitcoin was no longer a FOMO trade for me? And it's not.
Yes.
It's not a FOMO trade. It's a strategic social arb trade. If I bought, when I was going to buy Doge, it was a social arb trade because I saw that the social, I guess, conversation was rapidly expanding, and that's exactly what happened over the past 3 weeks. So the question is now, as social arb traders, do we believe that there's an opportunity, whether you believe in Dogecoin or not, fundamentally, which I don't think anybody does? Does anybody believe in it fundamentally? I don't think so. Like, what are
the fundamentals? I actually don't even know the methodology with which Dogecoin gets mined. Like,
okay, well,
I understand Bitcoin.
It started out with 100 billion coins. They add 2 billion or so a year with mining rewards, and it's just another rando altcoin.
But is it like Bitcoin in that there's
going
going
to
be fewer produced over
that's most
time?
similar.
Litecoin.
It was similar to it was based similar to Litecoin. At one point, they gave out like random awards for mining. They're randomized, and now they're
fixed that.
Yeah, that's gone. But Jordan, I don't think when you said $2 billion a year, is it capped though at $2 billion a year, or is it?
I thought that it was capped at $2 billion a year, but they don't have an overall cap of like. Yeah. It's not like Bitcoin where there's like a hard cap. It's going to grow $2 billion a year.
So if you listen, it has an inflationary aspect to it, which theoretically is better. It's actually better. It's preferred over a Bitcoin that's capped to use as a means of currency, right? So, if the world chose Dogecoin to be its currency, do any of us think that's going to happen because it started as a joke? Elon said something interesting, I think, in his Clubhouse. He said, it was wild that sometimes the things that start off to be one thing, like a joke, end up being the thing. He said, wouldn't that be interesting if that's what happened with Dogecoin? Now, he could have been saying that, like he says a lot of stuff without really thinking about it, or maybe he put some time thinking about it, but does it even really matter what he thinks as it relates to Dogecoin? Maybe, maybe not. Guys, what happens is if this just ends up being, I'm going to call it the cultural coin, the coin of dreamers, right? The coin of Mars, the coin of...
I hate it when you say the coin of Mars. That's literally, it means nothing. That means nothing.
It means nothing, but that's the whole point. Listen, if you think like that, you wouldn't have ridden the 8X ride the past 3 weeks that you could have ridden, because none of this means anything, right?
But the thing, I mean, look, the 8X ride is just random, right? It's people that are trying to
not
pump it,
random.
and yeah, it is. It is totally
No, it's
random.
not.
It's ridiculous. The whole thing.
It's not random.
Doesn't make any sense. Now they do have a cute dog. I will give them that. I do like the Doge.
And
dog.
that matters, Jordan.
Yeah.
The cute. Nothing is random when it comes to this coin. The cute dog matters. It's real. It's really cute. And the bottom line,
the whole idea of this being a branded coin that has this kind of, like, you have an affinity towards the character, the mascot that is this meme dog that was a meme before Dogecoin picked it up as as its mascot. There's something kind of different about Dogecoin. I don't think it's going to be the currency of the world in the future, but it does have this kind of, like, once you have some Dogecoin, and what is it used for? It's commonly it's more transactional than Bitcoin. It's easier to use. Apparently, I haven't actually tried to do anything with it, but it's like it's being used for tips. It's being used to share with your friends. It's being used as this kind of like fun currency that has an actual value, but nobody really cares what the value is. It's just kind of like, hey, here,
Dave, would you agree at this point? It's like, I want to really have a serious conversation about Doge right now, because I think it's important. I don't know if anyone else anywhere is having a serious conversation. I'm going to get serious about it. One, what does Bitcoin represents the anti-establishment decentralization movement? Can we all agree about that? Like, that's what Bitcoin represents. Yes. So let's talk about what, if anything, Dogecoin either represents or is likely to represent. And Dave, I agree with you. Fun is meaningful. It's a real thing. Fun and cute, and the dream of is it the anti-establishment crypto coin?
Well, it was making fun of how fast coins were coming out. That's basically the whole reason it exists. It's like all these crazy ICOs were happening, and it just nothing really made sense. And you looked at coin market cap, and you saw like 800 random coins, and people are trading nothing made sense. And so this Doge brand came out of nowhere saying, hey, you know what? We're just a joke. We are purely poking fun at what other people are taking seriously, and that differentiated it.
So I said something about GameStop. I tweeted it a couple weeks ago during the whole GameStop ordeal, and it's something that I knew wouldn't come true, but I put it out there, and I was like, people don't understand what's possible. That won't happen because I don't believe the management team at GameStop is capable of this. But when you have a company that was trading at a $20 billion valuation that captured the hearts and minds of the entire world in terms of investor base, what can you do with that, GameStop? GameStop could have done anything with that, meaning they could have pivoted the company any which way they wanted. I even threw out some ideas. I was like, what if GameStop would have bought PSA trading that Cohen ended up buying? How crazy would that have been if they would have overruled his bid, right? Like came in at a higher bid at the last minute, because that deal just closed last week, and it was barely closed, right, with voting because they wanted more money. GameStop could have come in with an all-stock offer, closed that. They could have digitized the entire collectibles card movement, right?
No, they can't do an all-stock offer because nobody's going to accept that deal, because there's no time.
What if they would have tried to raise cash?
You can't do an all-stock offering. The only thing that would have made sense is if they had done an at-the-money offering while the thing was crazy elevated.
At-the-money offering to buy it.
Cash actually works.
Fine. At-the-money offering, Jordan. What if they did it? What if they would have gone out, bought CCIV, okay, owned PSA trading, digitized the entire collectibles movement, had every single branch of GameStop be an exchange point for collectibles and for grading, okay? That would have been one of a dozen things that they could have done. What I'm trying to say is, when you capture the mind of the world with a brand that people love, the opportunity is yours to do anything you want.
The problem is that they didn't know how to take advantage of an opportunity that presented itself, right?
They didn't, and I'm not saying that Doge does either. I'm just saying, let's realistically talk about what's possible. Because if there's one thing that I know about the brand of Doge, it's about thinking big about what's possible, even in a stupid way, right? Like, and all I'm saying is don't count it out. I'm not saying it's going to be anything. I'm not saying it's not going to fall back down to close to zero in the next month. We have to run scenarios. We're social arbitrators. One, we're not financial professionals. We're not investment advisors. Do not trade on what we're saying, guys. We just want to collaborate with you. We want to share ideas. We want to come up with thesis, poke holes in thesis. This is our decision. Whatever decision we make, you make your own decisions. Talk to a financial advisor if you need to. Do your own homework, okay? But listen, we have to run scenarios. And I want to run scenarios for what could happen with Doge the same way I did 3 weeks ago. Because 3 weeks ago, you know what one of my scenarios was? It was that Elon, like he had in the past, would come out again and start tweeting about Doge. That was a scenario that I ran 3 weeks ago. And that was the scenario that made me want to invest $25,000 in Dogecoin at a penny. And unfortunately, I couldn't pull it off. I couldn't figure out how to buy it, okay? But that was a scenario that played out. So I want to run the scenarios today. What happens to Doge? Either one, people kind of stop talking about it. They've already had Elon talking about it. I think Elon said he's getting back to work now, so maybe he doesn't talk about this for another year. And it just fizzles out, right? And don't you think that in that scenario, Doge probably just, if no one talks about it anymore, it probably just eventually slowly drifts down?
Yeah, I mean, it's all hype. There's no substance. There's no real reason to use it versus something else, or to put your money in it versus something else, except for the hype, right?
Agreed. So that's one scenario. How about another scenario? How about a scenario where it becomes a regular thing that every month Elon says something else funny about Doge? So the whole world is trying to figure out, OMG, is Elon now going to have SpaceX buy Doge as its currency? Is Mark Cuban now going to buy a bunch of Doge? Like, what if all these people start talking about it, and every few days we hear something else about Doge for the next 12 months, and it kind of becomes, it's on Saturday Night Live. And then all of a sudden, guess what? It's not so hard to buy Doge, because at some point Coinbase says, you know what? It's like the 6th or 5th biggest coin. We should just let people buy it. Why are we not? And then it goes on Coinbase. What if that happens?
It's already in other brokerage apps, and you know, it's more accessible than you think it is, Chris. It was just difficult for you because you didn't have accounts open.
But Dave, most people are. I'm telling you, I've studied. Tons of people are having issues getting any of these apps, getting into them right now the last 2 weeks because of the delays, the crashing, depending on what state you're in. Like, I can't trade on Binance.us because I'm in Texas, right?
I think you can go right on the Dogecoin website and like download their wallet, and
they have their own app, right? Don't they have like a
no?
You can,
you could have done that.
No, you can't. I don't think you can. I don't think you can buy it that way. You can store it in their wallet. I don't think you can transact for it that way.
You can't buy it initially.
Dave, you think I'm an idiot? Like, I've actually spent 3 weeks trying to do. I'm not a complete imbecile. I'm just telling you. I've spoken to crypto guys. I've spoken to Leon. I'm telling you, it's been exceptionally hard. And I've spoken to people that have been trying to get these things open for 2 weeks, and they're so behind because of Doge, they cannot get them open. That's why everyone's going to Robinhood to buy this stuff. I mean, there are a lot of people that do have accounts open, but there's a ton of people that want to buy Doge that can't buy Doge because unless they're on Robinhood, it's been difficult. A lot of these other cryptos have been
It looks
crashing.
like you can't buy it directly from the Dogecoin website. You can go to these other sites and have it drip into your faucet.
Honestly, here's the thing, like, I'm just running scenarios because what if it becomes easier? What if even just these other crypto accounts that are advertising all over the place, like crypto.com is one that shows up my feed every 2 seconds. I know what? Great crypto. I went to open up an account. I did everything with them. I upload my driver's license, all done. That was like 4 days ago. Guess who has not gotten back to me? Crypto.com. Like, I'm telling you, they're backed up right now.
It's a great land rush for getting Dogecoin. Everyone wants it right now. You couldn't get any because everyone else was in front of you.
So what happens when it gets easier to buy it? Meaning people actually can buy it. And what if Coinbase starts carrying it? What if so that's, and all these ordinary people that aren't on Robinhood, boomers, Gen Xers, everyone that wants to buy $10 or $100 or $1,000 or $5,000, They want to all do it just because they want to be part of it, just in case.
There's
Maybe it's a FOMO trade.
People, I mean, except for maybe you, the people that want to be in this thing generally have some crypto background and are
That's not true.
active in their active in their
Jordan,
crypto
it's
account,
not
right?
true.
It's not these random people that
Factually
lock
not
themselves out
true.
of their crypto.
I think the people who want to be in this one are different than the people who have already been in crypto. I think that this is the one that might be, even if you had a Coinbase account because you were in the great, Bitcoin land rush back 3 years ago, you had that account and you still can't trade there. I think that there's a lot of just everyday people who don't think about crypto, but when they hear it on the news or they hear something, in their Twitter feed, they're not thinking about it every day. And so I think that this is one that if it were more commonly available to just the casual crypto person, like a Chris, who just has his Coinbase account and used to have a couple other accounts but got locked out of them and doesn't know how to reset his keys, and now he's just like...
It's not because I can't reset my keys, Dave. They are not... They are so backed up, they can't get through the process of reapproving people, getting through, revalidating your drivers. Like, they just can't handle the traffic. They've never seen traffic like this. It's unreal. And so, like, if you look on Twitter, it's insane how many people want to buy Doge but can't. The market for Doge is just all these random young people, so many random young people. They're hearing about it, they're seeing it on their timelines, they're seeing it on TikTok, they're seeing videos, and they're like, dude, I need to get in this. It's like, how much? 5 cents, 3 cents? And they're all trying to figure it out. They're all backed up at the 5 different alt crypto exchanges that allow you to buy Doge because they can't handle the traffic. They're crashing 24 hours. They're constantly crashing these services. When you do get your thing in finally submitted, they just don't get back to you. It's insane. They're just like, okay, I'll wait 5 weeks for you to get back to me and approve my passport or my driver's license.
Sounds great, Chris. Sign me up.
Dude, I'm not saying to buy Doge. I'm just saying that's the scenario we're in. I'm trying to run scenarios. Oh, man. Oh, don't send me so much. All right, we got to figure out what we're doing with all this money people are sending us, Dave, because, we cannot keep that money. We got to do something with it that's,
buy Doge.
Good.
I'm buying Doge with every dollar that comes in.
Thank you, guys.
And then
We're
we'll
gonna
figure
have
out
to
a way to give it back to the
We'll figure out
community.
something. All I'm saying is there are scenarios here that drive Doge back down to a penny, and there are scenarios that drive Doge up. So I think we should be aware of what all those scenarios are, and then we could each make our own decision how much conviction we have in them. Or, quite honestly, one of the things that I was thinking about going into today was, I don't know if I want to put 25K into Doge. I'm thinking I'm about putting 10K in right now on the show, and then kind of watching to see, because I have my eyes on anything social related to any of these cryptocurrencies. If I see another trigger event, getting into Doge quickly, right, before it pops, and then maybe kind of starting to trade it. But I think I know the things that are going to push Doge up, and it's just an expansion of the base of people that have an interest, or the ability to buy Doge. Doge gets on Coinbase. If there's even a rumor of that happening, dude, watch out, right? If there is some other rumor that gets started, that maybe like SpaceX is buying Doge, the same rumor that we heard about Tesla, right? That we got into crypto, we got into Bitcoin off that rumor, and it ended up panning out. If other major people start to kind of build into this whole narrative of Dogecoin being for the people, the anti-altcoin, coin of Mars, whatever it happens to be, we got to keep an eye on that.
Time travel coins that can only be used for time travel research funding, that you can then use to actually travel through time once it's invented. Now that is a coin that should have been invented by me.
Yes.
So I just did a quick Google trend search for where to buy Doge coin, how to buy. All of them spiked. This is a 5-year chart. Let's pull it all the way back to just 30 days. And you can see we had this spike here on January 29th was the high for buy Dogecoin.
Was that when they had the... Dave, show the tweet. Show the tweet with the
I can only show one thing at a time. Here we go. I have to put it into this browser. Boom. There we go.
Was that the date
Okay.
of this? Oh, this is
No,
this
no,
is the
that's
week
February
after the
7th.
spike. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dave, I just bought $10,000 of Doge, like I said I would, just this second. I don't know if you guys.
Okay. So
can
what
see
app?
that.
What did you end up using to buy it?
I
through?
did it on Robinhood.
Oh, Robinhood. Okay.
Only because, as I mentioned, it's literally the only way I can figure out how to do it right this second. I have three different. I have applications pending with Bittrex, with Crypto.com, and with one of the other ones, but since none of them have gotten back to me, I had to buy it through Robinhood. So don't yell at me, guys, if you hate Robinhood. It was the only way to do it.
I also
you're
bought
not
it through
wearing a
Robinhood
shirt.
because it was available to me instantly, and here is my portfolio of.
But boy, did they make it easy. It is. I get why people, do enjoy the Robinhood experience. It is really easy.
How can I show my trades? I don't even know.
So we also know that the Doge dream is $1, right? That's kind of the thing that's been put out there. It was kind of like Bitcoin it's kind of like GameStop at 1,000. What's that, Dave?
I was just going to turn down my brightness so that you guys can see if it will focus.
Barely.
Can't see
A
it.
little bit.
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh, there we go.
So there's
So
my
is that
trade
the
confirmation
purchase you
for
made?
my Doge, yes.
Okay, so if Doge were to make the same type of move that GameStop made relative to the fake target that people are pulling out of the sky, which is $1
$1
for Doge or 1,000 for. I mean, it would basically be 30 cents. So we'll see what happens. Honestly, I don't really care that much. As you guys know, this is a really small amount of money relative to my overall portfolio, but I did want to have the ability to trade it if things start to change, right? Like if something happens that I think could be a breaking news for Doge, I want the ability to go into Doge heavier. So now I do have some money in that account, and I'll trade it. I am disappointed that it takes like 8 or 9 days to get money into my Robinhood account. It takes
Is that for real? Like, is that a thing?
Maybe it's because it was the first time I did it. I don't know.
Did you do an ACH transfer instead of a wire transfer?
Wire.
That should have been same day.
Yeah, wire should have been same day.
I thought I did.
Because
wire.
I had a Robinhood account like 5 years ago, or maybe not that long, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I didn't think that it took that long to get money into it. But I don't know.
I did my I opened my account and traded for the first time, actually, because I was making a video on Hey There Dave here, and I wanted to use that as a demonstration because it was so easy and the graphs looked neat. But I thought I was going to put $5,000 in and buy $5,000 worth of stock, but it limited me to 1,000 for like the first day. But I'm pretty sure that I had faster access than a week.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll try next time I put money in. I'll try a different way. I thought I wired it in, and it got sent out, but it wouldn't. It was just in pending for 8 days. I don't understand why that would be the case, but
Leon just told me that wires are horse and buggy.
I mean, if you think about the
We are so
future,
boomer
Dogecoin
because
there at
like
number
everything
11.
we do revolves around wires. It seems like last year,
I
the year before last,
average-
when we said like 70 wires a piece or something like that.
I'm averaging 10 wires a month right now.
Yeah.
At least 10 a month. It's ridiculous.
We need a better way. We need just a lightweight, transmissible currency that we can just like send through a text message, like Apple Pay. If we could figure out a way to Apple Pay, $1 million to fund something, wouldn't that be so much better than?
It'd be so much
Than having
better.
to go. Chris, there was this. Okay, if you're
archaic.
a real OG, this is something that has bothered me for a while. Go back and watch some of our older videos. Whenever we have to fund something that's like due the same day and we have to go wire something, I always do it on my phone. Chris always has to drive to the bank with a form that he printed out on his home computer and then sign it and then go sit down at a teller's desk and then.
Dave, I finally got it fixed. They have a system now where I can call in. I not only have a little digital meter that changes codes, but I had to go through a voice recognition process. So I had to say these 2 lines, and it recognizes my voice. then it patches me through to an actual person who will take my wire anytime and process it.
That's
same
weird.
day.
See, I've got like
speak
a
to a
personal
human.
banker that I can call, and they wire out of my, like I've got a, I don't know, what do you call it, like a line of credit. They wire out of that, and then then they pay it back. It's a whole ordeal.
That seems unnecessarily complex.
But at least I don't have to go in.
Making a phone call seems unnecessarily complex, Chris. You have to actually talk to a human.
So do I.
use my
how
phone
big
for
of a wire,
telephone.
Dave, can you do digitally? How big?
A million? I don't know. I don't think I have a limit.
I doubt it.
I've
Maybe.
wired that much from my own account to my own account.
They usually need to I don't know, man. Maybe you're right.
Two-factor authentication. Seems to work.
Chase is more advanced than Wells Fargo. But I'm happy with the new system at Wells Fargo. I can do it now from anywhere. So I don't care. It takes me a minute or two.
I use Bank of
actually do it.
America.
So listen, guys, I don't have all the answers on Doge. I think it's important, though, to run the scenarios. We've ran the scenarios now. An expansion of the conversation, or more access to be able to invest, or a better narrative as to what the fundamental value or what the storyline will be long term for Doge. So those are three possible scenarios on the long side that can play out. I think on the other side of Doge, the scenario that brings it down is lack of an accelerator to keep it going, right? So if the conversation just kind of flatlines or ends,
in meme world,
it
we
goes
need the
down.
memes to continue for this meme to flourish, right?
So if you were a
Think about
Doge, if you were a Doge operator, wouldn't you like be hiring the greatest meme creators ever and just planting those seeds with influencers and creators around the world?
How does it work? So it was like started by two programmers, right? And so like,
they should be.
IBM guy.
are
Yeah,
they? Do
ex-IBM
they
guy.
care? Like, are
well, I'm sure they
Jordan,
do. Because I'm
I
sure
think
they have
the
a
fact that
ton
they're
of
probably
Doge
worth
that they,
right?
I mean, they have the ability to print as much Doge as they want and just put it in their own wallet.
Well, I mean, kind of, right? I mean, there's still, I would imagine there's still rules. Like they've established the rules, right? But there are rules.
As long as they play within those
How it
rules.
all works.
But they could, I would imagine, since they can reward people for mining, I bet they could reward people for being an influencer and talking about it. They could give Kim Kardashian,
I don't know. Oh, somebody's saying that they
million
abandoned the
Doge.
project, but I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not. I don't know who owns it, who pays for the domain. I don't know how any of that stuff works.
So
No idea.
I read the Wikipedia page and it wasn't really super informative. There has to be some better information at this valuation.
They're saying it's a
I hope-
copy and paste of the Bitcoin with tweaks on the algo, but I don't know if that's. I just don't know enough about it.
Yeah,
That's why-
Leon
that's
says
why I
they're
didn't
not,
put
they're
as
not
much money in it
developing
as you
it.
did.
They're not developing it anymore. But when I hear stuff like that, all I hear of is opportunity, because it's done what it's done purely based on a social meme traction. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the future of Doge, right? That doesn't mean that they can't pick it up at this point. We have a $9 billion asset that has captured the attention of the world. It's a positive brand in every way. I see nothing negative yet as it relates to the Dogecoin brand. And I see this as a massive opportunity. And I would have to imagine that somewhere out there, someone is going to take advantage of the opportunity. I don't know who it is or if they end up screwing the whole thing up when they try, but I don't think the Dogecoin story is necessarily over. I think we just have to be aware that there's a story that's going to play out, and we need to understand, dependent upon the way that it plays out, how it's likely to impact the value of the underlying currency or coin. I hope today's episode helped just us kind of think about that, guys, because listen, I know it seems stupid to do an episode on Dogecoin, but this is a big deal. It's captured the minds of tens of millions of people, and we need to be prepared, because as a social investor, you better darn well have your mind prepared for any scenario that leads to a massive trading opportunity, okay? All this is a massive trading or investing opportunity, and you need to be prepared for it. You can choose not to do it, you can choose not to participate, but that doesn't mean you should choose not to be educated on it and to think about it. That's what today's about. That's what this episode's about, and I hope it was helpful for anyone, that you don't get pissed at us for doing a Dogecoin episode.
It was helpful for me, and like you said, this is a form of social arb trading, because what is more social than a meme?
Yeah, yeah. So that's it. Can we have today be a short one day because
We can have today be a short one.
Awesome. I got to run. I had a lot of stuff I'm running around doing today, and we got to get back to some more traditional social arb opportunities. Our Discord community, dumbmoney.tv, has all the links to our Discord and our Twitters. They're doing some great work, and I'm trying to figure out which of the high conviction reports right now are worth us bringing on the air and having a conversation about. So I want all of us to spend some time on Discord today.
Did you see, Chris, that that Dumb Money app is now live and available to all of our Discord members? So if you're a part of Discord, if you go to dumbmoney.app, there's a tool that one of the members of the community actually is like taking all of the information in our Discord and kind of like summarizing and floating high conviction trade ideas to the top. So
well, that's
check that out. And if you're not a part of Discord, you can go to dumbmoney.tv/Discord and you can get an invite to be a part of the community there.
That's exactly what some of my hedge fund friends have been asking for. Can we just get a feed of an extract of what is trending in your Discord?
Well, we have that.
You can't. You got to get in there and participate and collaborate like everybody else. Now they're just going to sign up for this app and they're going to feed it into their algo so they can start trading on our brains. Whatever, it's part of what we, it's part of what comes with the job. So we just got to be quicker than them, I guess. Oh, all right, guys.
Or we could lock them out. You have to. You
that's
have to be a
why
member of the
early
community.
on I was like, should we close the
hurdle?
Discord and manually validate every person to make sure they're not working for the man? But you said you didn't want to do it, and now we got the man in our Discord community that are watching us, which, again, as long as we trade on what we believe in quicker than them, it won't hurt us. But it just means that we have to be quicker to trade on our own ideas in Discord, because there are a lot of eyeballs on the Dumb Money Discord right now because we have had a lot of great ideas come out of it this past year. That's fine, guys. It's
I think this tool will help us trade quicker on it. And we also have Jordan's been working on something that's scraping and summarizing Reddit. I don't know if that's ready for prime time, but if you
it's out there. I put a link to it in Discord and trading ideas, I think. So if you want to check it out, it's probably got some bugs in it, but we can look at it.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, guys, we know there are other tools that do this, but I've been on some of those other tools, and they all have different kinds of bugs. I don't really know which can be trusted and not trusted yet. So our goal with developing our own tool is because we have control over it, and it's not just being used to market to other people, we can identify the bugs, we can identify the holes, Jordan can correct them.
We know the source of the data, we know how everything works behind the scenes, so that's kind of a nice level of control. All right.
And I'm working with the guy that's working on the Dumb Money app, because we're looking at better ways to identify people talking about companies in natural conversation, because it's actually that's the part that's buggy, right? And so we came up with some ideas yesterday. I might work on them today.
Nice.
Sorry, my family's ordering McDonald's and they want to know what I want.
McDonald's? Are you kidding me?
I know. Well, occasionally we let the kids get it because they're doing school from home. And occasionally we let them get. Occasionally we let them do that.
That actually does sound kind of good. I probably won't be doing that today, but yeah. So we're gonna wrap this one up because I now have both vacuum cleaners, an exterminator, and my dog is growling at all of the activity here. So that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are Dumb Money. We will see you back right here. Subscribe, like, share, bell, do all the things. We'll see you then.